Well, we got to win, but we're making way too many mistakes. Very fortunate to get out of here. Thrilled with the way our team overcomes adversity. We had our backs against the wall there after the two non-offensive touchdowns that we gave up, and our guys came back and made some plays. So can't say enough about the defense and their ability to make plays. Gave up 60 yards rushing on 30 carries, 2 yards per carry. So that's what kept us in the game and gave us a chance. Essentially made them one-dimensional, and then we were able to defend the pass decent at times. I was really proud of our ability to go up with two hands and make plays, intercept passes. That one interception that Four had was fantastic, big-time play. We got some pressure on the quarterback, forced some early throws, and we were able to rush the ball effectively with JD. 36 carries is a lot of carries. Pass defense every snap for the most part, so there'll be a lot of runs involved. That's why there were so many carries. Way too many turnovers. Blunders on special teams, drop snaps on a PAT, put us into a completely different game. Poor protection and timing on the punt, punters holding the ball too long, getting punts blocked. So we've got a lot of room for improvement in a lot of areas. I'm very excited about the win, but I've never been fired up about teams that were undisciplined and had self-inflicted errors and mistakes. So, as I've said before, sometimes you come out on the short end and lose a game, and you feel like your kids played hard and the other team just beat you, and you don't feel as bad. And then sometimes you win like this and you don't feel great because we had way too many mistakes. And I'm just not comfortable with our special teams right now. And obviously, Mason made a mistake when he got rushed a little bit in the throwing game, and then Five put the ball on the ground. He took a big-time hit. Sometimes that's going to happen. But we have to take care of the football, and we have to be sound in special teams in order to continue to improve and give ourselves a chance to win. So it's fun to win, but we got a lot of work ahead. Good news is we have a 2-hour and 17-minute flight home, so we can take a lot of notes to try to find a way to get better and make us an overall better football team.
Mike, you guys have had a few games in the last month like this on special teams defense, ECU, and some mistakes against Tech early, and Texas at the time. A bunch of veteran guys. What's sort of your explanation?
Well, the punt's blocked because the punter held the ball too long. You held the ball that long, he's going to get blocked. On the one long field goal by Dola, it looked like to me he hit the ground. And we kicked the ball out of bounds on a kickoff. One time we should have came up and caught the punt. We let it bounce and rolled 30 yards down the field. Good news is I think we scored on that drive. I'm not for sure. So I've got to do a better job of minimizing what we do to try to accomplish a little bit each week. We get 2 days next week to prepare, and so we need to try to be as sound as possible in those areas.
Rich, did you challenge your secondary at any time about coming in here and playing against Greer and the receivers which you had? Did you not challenge with your defensive secondary to come up with 4 picks?
They played really good. I felt like this was the best throwing quarterback that we had faced up to this point and or balanced offense. And, as I said earlier, you got to call it like you see it. I mean, if we wouldn't have made as many mistakes as we did offensively, we'd be sitting up here and talking about how great the defense played because, in most cases they wouldn't have very many points. So that's kind of the way it was. They played good. With their back against the wall, turnover after turnover after turnover, and so on and so forth, block punt and all that. So for the most part, our defense, has had a back-to-back weeks where they've been very successful.
Coach,
King has played, throughout the season for you and done some good things. In that moment, though, when Hill goes down and you got to put him in, do you say anything to get him ready for that kind of moment? Or were you surprised by what he was able to do today?
The good thing about JD is he's very, very mature. He's a lot like, not a lot like, he's similar to a few players we've had in the past in that his mental approach and mental makeup is more like a junior. The first game we played him this year, nothing affected him. He's just some young men are that way and some of them aren't. I don't think the stage gets too big for him. He just has a lot of confidence in himself. He's highly intelligent, and he just went and played. So we weren't concerned with it. Obviously, 5 brings a different world to the table. I mean, his ability, and the two of them work really well together. 27 had a lot of work. 36 carries for a true freshman is a lot of work. But good news is 5 cleared up, and he's up and running and okay. So that'll help to get him back.
Mike, is it nice? I know you weren't pretty good on special teams, but I think the last 3 games your defense only given up 5 touchdowns. And to grind it out, running the football the way you did today, I mean, if you're going to have a big year, you got to win different.
You're right.
How nice is that?
No, you're right. And I said that to the team, that I don't want to take anything away from a win. But the way college football sets itself up now, long years, different ways to win, and confident teams that buy into the system find ways to win. And that's what these guys are doing, because it sure wasn't pretty. But it'd feel a lot worse if we lost. And what you're saying is right. They found a way to win. We have to give them credit for it, but we also have to correct the mistakes. And that starts with me. I'm involved in special teams, and I've got to do a better job of helping us come up with a plan and make sure that it's repped enough that we can be sound in special teams.
Like in the preseason, you talked about this young secondary and how you guys might have to score some points early in the year while they get adjusted to college football. I feel like these last 2 or 3 games, you're seeing them take sort of another step.
They're better. You never know how much. I thought this would be a real challenge for them, and it was. They defended and played well. 8 went up and missed time to jump, which wasn't good. But what you're saying is accurate. Overall, they've gotten better. Now, as we progress through here, each week will be a different challenge. The next guy we're playing, he's the best player. So playing him and that group of skill guys they got will be a different challenge. But I don't think there's any question that they've improved.
Coach, looking ahead to Bedlam, is it just going to be as simple as correcting some of those mistakes and fixing defense?
In what area?
Like in some of the ways you mentioned earlier, defensive.
Oh, trying to play better?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a choice. I mean, Oklahoma's a really good team. They got a fantastic quarterback. And so if you make mistakes and continue to shoot yourself in the foot, eventually it's going to catch you. So we, myself included, we have to do a better job of saying, okay, here's what we can get accomplished. Now let's rep it enough to get it accomplished. And then we got to get ready to play and got to roll from there.
Mike, Green's had a rough year. People pick on him all the time. He seemed to play a lot better today.
He did.
2 picks. If he suddenly gets pretty good, what does that do for you?
Oh, Barry, he's better. And that one play was fantastic. I mean, I've always said this. I would never want to be a corner running down the field side by side with a wide out and the ball in the air, nor do I ever want to be a punt returner. But he's learning to play the ball. He's maturing a little bit and learning to play the ball. And we talked in August about we felt like that those guys needed to get some experience and play better in order for our team to have success. And not to repeat myself, but they're playing better. They've got a long ways to go, but they at least playing better and with a little confidence.
What did it do for Ramon to get that early pick? You guys almost start the game and then go for it.
I know.
And then all of a sudden,
Yeah, I mean it's, and I told Dane after the game, I said, "Gosh, I mean I don't know if I can even count the mistakes that the 2 teams combined had, but it was one right after another, and I'm sure he's going to feel like that soon as we had a blunder, they had a blunder, and they couldn't take advantage of them, and then we'd do it again. Much less the times that we got, a couple times we got down inside the 40 or even the 35, and we stalled out. So we just have to minimize mistakes and not beat ourselves, and that'll give us the best chance.
how bad is Mason
I think he's fine, unless something happened I didn't know about.
Did he practice much this week?
No, didn't practice at all. He needed a rest.
Was it his shoulder or was rumored his shoulder injury?
Nah, he just got dinged a little bit. He's fine.
My offense has gotten headlines throughout you for years, but back-to-back weeks, your defense really looked up. Does that kind of speak to the emphasis you guys put on recruiting?
I'm not sure, but I will say this, that they've slowly but surely gotten a little better. And I think that they get tired of people talking about them. And I think we have good leadership. And I say I think because I stopped trying to figure out these millennial kids anymore. Okay? I mean, what goes through their brains, I got no idea. But the Trey Flowers of the world, the Darian Daniels of the world, the Chad Whiteners of the world, the Ramon Richards, they've kind of instigated them into trying to have a little edge. And I will say I'm proud of them because the only way you can do it is to do something about it. If you don't do anything about it, it never stops. And you can't talk. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do any good at all. You got to do something about it. And I think that's instigated him a little bit this year and certainly over the last 5 or 6 weeks.
How much do you guys work on that during the week?
Doesn't look like any. Shit. I'm almost embarrassed to tell you that we spend probably more time on it now than we ever have in my career as a head coach. But I wouldn't want to lead you down the wrong path. We work a lot on it, We'll come up with a plan. We'll come up with a way to make it better. But I know it looks like we don't work on it, but we're actually putting more time into it when you talk about the combination of meetings and walkthroughs and actual reps in practice than we ever have.
Mike,
You
you
didn't
talked
go
about.
deep. You didn't go deep at the end much. Is that more just the same alignment, similar to
Yeah,
what you saw?
so far back, Barry. Gosh, and that's the approach, right? They're not gonna let 28 behind you. And what happened? Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I thought it's like that movie Sniper. It made me nervous. You know how he talks on that microphone before he shoots? It's pretty good. It's a good shot for 1,000 feet. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, they just were a long ways back. Now, they gave us some when we got inside the 20, they challenged us a little bit, and we were able to make a play. But not many opportunities during the game, and that's why you had however many rushing attempts, right, 55 or something like that. And that's really because if you try to challenge throwing the ball into a defense that's set up for that, then it's going to be a long, long day. And so we have to run the football and be effective, and it becomes more of a 80s and 70s style of football game.
Because of what you're seeing from defenses and dealing with?
Yeah, just the base stuff. There's 7.5 or 8 guys that are anywhere from 6 to 26 yards deep. There's just nowhere to throw it, but you have advantages running the ball.
So do you feel like these last couple of weeks you almost had to redefine?
Well, the system's in place. We don't have to change what we do. It just changes how much you do what we do. Because, most of what we do is based on run pass every down. And when they're off like that, it's going to be run. We don't really change the system. It just makes you run the ball a lot, which is fine. If that's what we're going to do, that's what we got to do. Sorry.
You got one late answer.
Oh, I was saying, you talk about Mason. I'm sure you've addressed this before, but he broke more records today. Had his performance against Greer, another pretty hyped quarterback. What does he kind of mean to your program, especially as something with a reputation and this tradition of great quarterbacks?
He's been fantastic. His commitment to us, his work ethic, and I think I said this last week, maybe on a Monday, I can't remember, but a week ago, he texted me at home at 8:47 at night, and he's watching tape, and it was on a Thursday, which essentially the game plan's almost over. But he's still in there, and he's wanting me to pull up Texas versus USC play number 47 and see if it's something we can think about doing. that's the commitment that he's made. He's a good player, but his mental and unselfish contribution to this program has been through the roof. And that's what he means to us. I mean, he deserves all the records and everything that he breaks. He deserves them all. He's been a fantastic player, but his leadership and mental approach has been unbelievable, and that's why he's been such a special player for us at Oklahoma State.
You got Lundblad back. What did that mean to you have most of the offensive line?
Well, it was good to get him back. I think he played real average. I don't know how much push off he had, but what it did, Barry, is it gave us one more guy depth-wise, because if we get a guy dinged, I mean, and he's not back, we're reaching right now. So hopefully he'll be more healthy as the week goes on, and then those other guys, we keep them going and kind of try to get us. See, he didn't practice this week. And even though he's a veteran and he understands the mental part of it, but difficult when you don't practice, especially with a 3 down front and there's a guy lined up on top of you every time. So I would say we got quality work out of him for not practicing this week.
Mike, you left the field a chance to veto you. They got 11 weeks started already.
Yeah. Oh, the fans were? I didn't hear them. Oh, yeah. They get fired up. We need to clean this one up first, and then, it's always a fun game. We don't have professional football in our state, so everybody either wears orange or red to work during the week, and should be a good game. They're having a great year, and I know everybody will be excited about the game.
So just to clarify, practice this week, you had Wilson snapping to Cornelius most of the week in practice?
Yeah, Mason didn't practice. 71 didn't practice. I don't know. There's like 4 guys that didn't practice, some others. So you get to a point in the season where a lot of guys are beat up, and it is what it is. You try to do the best you can.